Greetings, Glenwood Eagles. I want to introduce myself to you if you're new to the Glenwood community. My name is Jason Richardson. I'm the school principal. Welcome to the Glenwood Nest. Welcome incoming kindergarten families. Welcome new families to our community. Really look forward to getting to meet you someday. You may have a lot of questions in terms of what the school year is going to look like come August 20th. And I can tell you that I have a lot of questions as well. We have not yet received complete clarity on exactly how things are going to be because the situation keeps changing and new information keeps coming. There are a few things that we know, or at least we're planning for, that I want to make sure you're aware of. This video will also be attached to an email with a compilation of documents that have been sent by the district, just in case you haven't seen them, or maybe you can have them in one place where you can view them. The school board is going to be deciding on our reentry plans on Monday, August 3rd. At that time, they're going to be hopefully approving the recommendations that have come from the district, which, as you probably know, we will start with distance learning. So our students, for at minimum the first couple of weeks of school, will be engaged in distance learning. Some things will happen regarding getting the materials that we need for everybody in those first couple of weeks or prior to that school date starting. And there's a lot that we don't know still. We have some recommendations in terms of how to phase in our students back into in-person learning once it's deemed that they're safe. We have a plan to do that in a way where we create cohorts, so not all the students are on campus at once. And we're prioritizing making sure that everyone is safe, and also prioritizing making sure that we are doing what we can to support all the students who need more support than some others do. We want to make sure that we're not perpetuating the systemic inequities that exist within our school system and within our society, actually. So, we also have an option for families to opt into a full year distance learning model. There is a website for that with some frequently asked questions. The deadline to opt into that is Sunday, August 9th. Soon after that, we'll have the data that we need to be able to begin to finalize the class placement process. So that's an area where I'm going to be responding now to a lot of emails that I've received. We're not going to be able to communicate class placement decisions until we know how many students are going to be participating in that distance learning model. If a large number of Glenwood students participate in that, it will affect how we place our students, or even if a large number of students in a particular grade level opt into that, that's going to impact how we place our students. It's possible that those numbers will impact our staffing as well. It's unknown at this point, but that's why we're not able to communicate at this point the class placements that your children will be in. We're also not yet able to communicate a method for determining the cohorts that your children will be in. I have received a lot of requests for pods and various kinds of placements. And I just have to be able to tell you that we're still trying to figure out how best to process that. We understand the necessity. I understand the necessity for communicating what families' needs are. And we have to have a way to meet as many of the needs as we can and also keep that lens towards making sure that we're not perpetuating the inequities that we have in place in our system. So that's something I'm just going to have to ask for your continued patience on. It may very well be the case, I can't say for sure, that you just find out the class placements in the same time frame that you typically would in a normal school year, which is 2 days before school starts. There's not going to be a lot of time in between getting the data on the opt-in to the connected classroom option and then putting together our class placements, assuming we have to make some big changes. We definitely will have it by that week of school starting. We typically provide it 2 days before school starts. If we can do it sooner, we will certainly, strive to do so. So that's really the message I have for you all now. I know it's not a lot of information. I do want to say that we are working really hard on creating a schedule, which has been communicated in draft form to families in terms of what the expectations for distance learning will look like in those first few weeks of school before kids come back. We are hoping to have a more rigorous, more streamlined, more consistent and aligned approach to distance learning this year. We know it didn't meet the needs of all of our students last year, and we're working to really improve that for this year. It's not going to be perfect. I want you all to know that, but we're going to do the best we can, and we're going to meet the needs of all of our kids in the best way possible. So I hope that you can have continued patience with us as we work towards creating a system that's meeting the needs of all of our students. And we know it's going to be hard. We know it's going to be hard for everybody involved. So just want to say thank you very much for all your continued support for Glenwood Elementary School. We miss you. We look forward to seeing you. Please stay tuned for more information. Thank you.